Tonight, Denver7 investigator Ryan Luby is here to explain how just one man is targeting dozens of Colorado businesses.
And it's all in the name of people with disabilities. And Ryan, this is costly.
It can be very costly, exactly, and devastating in some cases. You see, a small Colorado town is set to see one of its largest employers close, 30 people out of a job. All of this because that one man who lives in Florida claims the business is violating the Americans with Disabilities Act. But as you'll see tonight, we're talking tiny technicalities here that even have some ADA advocates blowing the whistle.
The location's fantastic. It's a beautiful river. The scenery is lovely.
Success in small towns rarely comes without a certain degree of persistence.
When I got it, it was literally falling in the river.
That's what you find tucked away off Highway 285 in Bailey, next to the North Fork of the South Platte, for which Michael Abadanza gave his restaurant its name.
We pretty much did a full restoration, had to make a new foundation on half the building, and basically redid everything.
But for as rustic and as picturesque as he made this place, he now finds himself on the hook over technicalities.
The urinal, they said, is a few inches too high.
See, Abadanza and his restaurant stand accused of violating the Americans with Disabilities Act. Yes, he has a big wheelchair ramp. Yes, he has big bathrooms with grab bars. But a partially paralyzed man from Florida named Santiago Abreu went there and says the restaurant's facilities deny him full and safe equal access. Aside from the urinal, Abreu alleges bad clearance in doorways, grab bars of the wrong length, countertops of the wrong height, and toilet paper dispensers of all things not placed in the right spots.
These people are looking to make money.
Abadanza says it all feels less like ADA awareness and more like one big shakedown, especially when he says Abreu's lawyer quickly floated the idea of a $15,000 settlement to go away.
Now you're thinking, boy, tough luck. Well, consider this. The man who's suing has targeted businesses literally all over the state, especially in some of the nicest places. 8 cases filed in Steamboat, 11 in Durango, 18 in Breckenridge. Altogether, 65 cases filed in all just in the last 12 months. 7 of those cases right here in Denver, 3 of them here in the Highlands.
It's on the same street, just blocks apart. Denver7 Investigates found 30 Colorado cases are still ongoing, but at least 14 have so far settled for undisclosed amounts.
In 12 months' time, do you think he really cares about ADA, or do you think he's just out to get money?
Absolutely out for money, hence the term, or hence the sentence. Give me $15,000, we'll go away.
Denver7 contacted a handful of the attorneys who represent Santiago Abreu. Only one of them wrote back he would not speak on camera nor make his client available, but he said in a statement, in part, the Americans with Disabilities Act has been in force for over 25 years, yet the number of restaurants and taverns that have been in violation of the ADA and continue to violate the law is astounding.
The big rub is that this is a law that costs money.
Rachel Stafford is the project director at the Rocky Mountain ADA Center in Colorado Springs. Her job is to advocate for people with disabilities. She's also a lawyer, but she is not a fan of the lawsuits that keep piling up across Colorado and the country.
Does it frustrate you that this has become a cottage industry?
If I'm putting on my true mediator hat, right, it does. Because if you get it fixed, great, good on you, but you cost a lot of extra money that maybe could have been put into meeting standards above.
She says that because even if you do get hit with an ADA lawsuit and account for the violations, you still have to pay.
Whatever those costs are, in addition to you will be responsible for attorney's fees.
Those fees can add up, and it's why Congress has just recently once again tried to fix that.
This particular hearing that we're having deals with, I think, abuse of a good law.
There's a bill on the table that would give businesses 60 days to respond to an ADA demand letter, then 120 days to fix the ADA violations. It would end what's happening today and help prevent Michael Abadanza from having to tell his employees to start looking for work.
Let's face it, town is 2 blocks long. There's not a lot of opportunities here.
He said he just cannot afford the attorney's fees and settlements, especially if he were to get hit with yet another ADA lawsuit down the road.
Putting people out of business is definitely not what the law was intended to do.
Now, Santiago Abreu is not the only one who's filing these sorts of claims in Colorado. There are others, and there's also more exposure into what's going on. Take a look.
Your story is garbage news, and you're making an embarrassment of your news station.
Yes, that is from our sister station, ABC 15 in Phoenix. They investigated a so-called advocacy group there that has filed more than, get this, 1,000 ADA lawsuits just in Maricopa County, Arizona alone, that's Phoenix, since February. Many of the targets, businesses that own parking lots, which are allegedly out of compliance with ADA requirements. Just yesterday, we learned Arizona's Attorney General's office is now getting involved, basically saying it should handle these types of ADA cases, not a private advocacy group. Now, you might ask, who's getting sued in Colorado, and where, and why? Well, right now on the Denver7 app and thedenverchannel.com, you can find this map that we put together. It is interactive. It should answer your questions and give you an idea of why these ADA cases are becoming a real headache across the whole state. Ann?
Wow, fascinating stuff. Thank you, Ryan.